under Biden administration, there was no energy transition, it was energy subtraction. They were actually shutting down baseload energy and then replacing it with taking 7 by 24 affordable American and replacing it with intermittent, unreliable, weather-dependent sources of energy. That's energy subtraction.
Interior Secretary Doug Burgum with me earlier on the past administration's harmful energy policies. Blue state voters, they keep pulling that ballot box lever for the left, though, pushing energy prices higher. Will they vote for change and affordability in the midterm elections? Our panel is back with us. It's the million-dollar question. And Daniel, I'll start with you. I'm just wondering how much you think the average voter thinks about energy policy specifically when they go into the voting booth. When it came to the presidential election, they were thinking about the border, they were thinking about the economy. Climate change was actually down there. Energy prices are rolled into money and finances, so I think they come up a little higher.
Yeah, I think no doubt affordability is going to be the issue for 2026. Electricity prices are not coming down anytime soon. If you're a blue state governor, you have the perfect foil in Donald Trump. And so in a state like Virginia, where my farm is, you have Abigail Spanberger, who ran on affordability, but she gets to point the finger and say it's Donald Trump's fault. Same with Mickey Sherrill in New Jersey. We have Maura Healey, Massachusetts, where electricity prices, we saw that chart, electricity prices are through the roof. So they will always point the finger at the president and say it's his fault and not take the blame. I think it's deeply important to voters, but they're being lied to by their Democrat governors.
Yeah, and Gabriella, when you look at your household budget, there are so many different elements to it. Gas prices for commuting costs and driving family around, that's a piece of it. But heating and cooling your home, important too. We have seen good wage growth under this president. We have seen inflation come down. So do people look at those bills and sort of, are they capturing the essence of what is happening with energy?
It does slightly, because you're the one, and women especially, are the ones primarily paying for energy bills. But you have to look at the breakdown. Are you seeing an increase in fees for green mandates to transition away? If you are, you should be questioning your state legislature and your governor, because they're the ones primarily responsible for imposing that. And you look at states like Massachusetts and Rhode Island, a good percentage of the bill that you're paying is going towards those green mandates, not towards the cost of electricity. So you have to start to question, especially in the blue states, is it your lawmakers who are doing this? Because you could scapegoat the president, you could scapegoat Interior Secretary Burgum. You have to look to the root source of it, the states, because the Congress gave, through the Federal Power Act, the states the ability to regulate electricity within their borders.
Phil, where's the tipping point for most people? Here in New York City, they wanted to mandate at a certain point you couldn't put a gas stove in anymore. That has been dialed back. It's kind of a funny example, but it's not. Some people feel strongly about these policies. You know, if they push too hard, are they going to take a normal person that was living in a blue state and that person is going to say, I wasn't going to move, but now I am?
Absolutely. And we're seeing it happen already. And by the way, the last person in California that leaves, turn off the lights if you don't mind. But no, we're seeing this movement towards this. And you have to wonder, I mean, it's amazing to me that these Democratic governors can come out there and say, hey, you know, affordability on energy, when every policy that they've had for the last 25 years has done nothing but raise prices. That's what they're all about. And now they're like, oh my gosh, nothing to see here. You know, what you got to wonder, what is behind this? I mean, when you look at the Democrats and this push towards green energy, is it communism? I mean, it can't be about energy, because nothing they ever did made sense. Anybody in the energy industry, where are they getting their advice from, right? Is it coming from the sky, or is it coming from big money interests? And what are these big money interests trying to do with our energy policies? Right. I think they wanted to make America weaker. And now we're getting stronger, and I think that's going to scare a lot of people.
And that's what I was trying to get at in the last segment when I asked the question, is it really about the environment, or are they just trying to joust with President Trump and not make him seem as effective? I happen to think that at least is part of the strategy. Great to see you all. Daniel Turner, Gabriella Hoffman, Phil Flynn, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie.